Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We are continuing our playthrough of Cavern Fumigation, a Middara crawl mode video series. This has been an absolutely awesome and epic run. Right now we're in a full-on battle with Whopper. We've gone ahead and done 9 damage to him already. Sadly, I could have done more. I forgot to throw my throwing knives. I had an extra set of these on Rook. He should have probably just chucked them. Now this video is being shot back to back with the last video, so if there are any mistakes made in the last video, I apologize. I will not be able to correct them in this video. Are you ready to see the fate of our adventurers? Then I need you to meet me at the table.
Hello, good morning. Open up your eyes. Hello, good morning. The magic's still inside. Never loved you more than I do now. Living in a sentimental city, right next to an evil town. Hello, good morning. Open up your eyes. Hello, good morning.
Now when we left, we were on a full-on battle with Whopper. I'm going to go ahead and put these stamina tokens back on those character cards again because we have to mix these up. So we're going to take all these initiative cards, which I'm not really a big fan of. I don't want Whopper to go first. I want us to go first this time. We're going to give him a truffle shuffle, and we're going to see who gets to attack Whopper first, or does Whopper just get to zap us and keep moving? Remy goes first. She gets to attack. Zeke goes next. Oh, look at this. Rook gets to go. All right, all our heavy hitters. Oh, our Crave Sickles, I don't really mind him. Nightingale gets to go. Whopper's going last. Oh, this is absolutely going to be phenomenal. Now, Remy, Rook, and Zeke all have 1 token from last turn, which is going to be perfect. We're going to start with Remy. Remy is going to grab 3 stamina tokens, so now she has 4. She could actually make 2 ranged attacks right now. So we've got a couple options. One of them, I could go ahead and just lay into Whopper and see what we can do to him, or otherwise I could maybe get down here and check out this blue token. It says in our book, blue objective, while adjacent to this space, the adventurer with the bug bomb token may make an encounter action to read the following hidden text. So I could take my bug bomb down here and check it out. But we have such good amounts of attacks that can get into Whopper. I think we should really see what we can do to Whopper. If things go bad, then we'll go down, try to plant the bomb, and maybe we'll just win that way. All right, let's see what we can do to Whopper. I'm going to go ahead and attack with Remy. So Remy's going to go ahead and use 2 stamina points to make an attack with her longbow, and I think it's time to go all out. We're going to use our precise strike, which we're going to exhaust to empower this attack. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my black die. Also, I'm choosing not to move with Remy. Remy's going to just go ahead and grab her +1 from her bow for not moving. But we are shooting through our friends, so Whopper gets +1 defense. I'm also going to go ahead and use my magic arrow. My magic arrow states, before rolling for an attack, all damage from this attack is magic damage. You may not use more than 1 arrow on an attack. So we'll have to flip our arrow card and roll our 3 dice. I've got my purple and my white die and my black die. Let's see how we do against Whopper. Oh, we've spilled everything. Oh no, look at this. We got the skull symbol. So if we get the skull symbol, that means that we have failed to hit Whopper. Oh, that's just terrible. Okay, well, I got 2 more stamina. Let's go ahead and try it again. I'm going to get rid of my 2 stamina. Now, I can't empower this time because it was an exhaust ability. But we do get to use our magic arrow again, but this time it says discard. So we're going to discard this card to make our damage magic. Let's see if we can at least hit Whopper with 1 attack. Oh no, we got a 5. Well, that's terrible. So we didn't hit him at all. Maybe I should have just gone for that token. Oh well, that's the end of Remy's turn. Well, that totally didn't work the way I wanted it to at all, but we're going to go ahead and move into Zeke's turn. I maybe should have started running with Remy. Maybe should have gone to that bug bomb thing. We got 4 stamina tokens with Zeke. Let's see what he's going to do. It's probably not going to be much of a surprise. I'm going to use all 4 stamina tokens, and we're going to take 2 swings at our Whopper guy right here. Hopefully we can do some damage to him. So we're going to go ahead and use our 2 swords. Hopefully we can do some blending right here. I'm going to use my first attack to attack Whopper. We're going to see how this goes. I don't have anything that can really help me too much. Oh, but I got a 12, and that's going to be fantastic. Oh, why don't I should just always count on Zeke. He's fantastic. All right, so we have gone ahead and done hit him with 12. Let's see if I can find a good spot for this. All right, there we go. I hit him for 12. That's going to be 4 over his defense. So right now we've done 4. I get to do the 2 extra with my shields there. So now we've done 6. And I get +1 for 7 for having 2 swords together and comboing it. So 7 minus 2 though is 5. So we've done another 5 damage. I'm going to go ahead and flip this to a 10. So we're up to 14 damage on him. That's not too bad. But it's not over yet. I get another attack. Let's see how we do. We're going to hit him again. Oh, we did even better. Look at that. Why did I even shoot the bow? I should have just been swinging swords. All right. Again, we've done a monstrous amount of damage. We did 6 over his defense. So now we're on 6 damage. +2 is 8. Plus this other 1 is going to be 9. And then we get 10 for the other physical damage. -2 is 8. So I'm going to put another 10 down and flip this over to 1. Hopefully my math is working pretty well. So we're at 22 damage to him right now, and that's with 2 attacks. And since I haven't used my exhaust power with this sword, I'm going to use this right now. This is the time to do it. Once per encounter, I get to make an attack. So I am going to attack again. I'm going to use that power. Hopefully we get another good roll. Let's go, big roll. Oh, well, I'm not going to complain. It's a 10. Okay, so we got 2 over this time, which is 2 damage. We only got 2 more extra damage, 1 from the star and 1 for the extra finesse or combo with our sword here. So we did 4 damage, -2 is 2. That's not too bad. This is going to mean we're going to be at 24 damage. All right, we've done 24 damage. That's almost half his health. And we still got a couple more characters to go. I really wish the bow would have hit. That would have been so good. All right, that's the end of Zeke's turn. And boy, was that a monstrous turn. So with Zeke done, we're going to move into Rook's turn. Rook is going to gain 3 stamina tokens. And I'm sure some of you realize something I did with Remy that was wrong. I had this in my hand and I totally could have flipped this. After making a roll, re-roll any of your dice. Using that magic arrow, I probably should have used that. I didn't even think about it. Just like Zeke, Rook is going to use all 4 stamina to do some major damage to good old Whopper here. So Rook's coming in hard with his Morning Star and his medium shield. Now the medium shield really isn't going to help when it comes to attacking, but it does give him a white dice. The Morning Star also gives him a white dice. And I've also got this forebode card that I might be using, which allows me to at any time re-roll any dice except the black die that are rolled or that were rolled against you. So we're going to roll these 2 dice. If we don't do real good, we might re-roll some dice. We'll see how this goes. All right, his first attack is a 9. Okay, that's enough to hit him, which is going to be good enough to do some damage. So 1 over his defense means we've done 1 damage. Plus you get the 2 physical damage here, so that's 3. I'm okay with that. 3 damage brings this to a, let's see here, to a 27. Hopefully my math does well. If I'm failing on my math, I apologize. So we're at 27 right now on Whopper, and he gets 1 more attack. So we're going to go ahead and make our final attack here against him. Oh, we got a 5. Okay, now we have to decide. Do we want to re-roll this 5 that I just rolled? I know it's a 4. There it is. With our forebode card, or do we want to save that for when that monster attacks me with these 2 teal dice, because he's about to hit me with these 2 teal dice? I'm not sure. I think we're going to save this. We've done a pretty good job against him, and all we need to do is 1 more round like that, and I think we're going to get him. But if I do it now, no, we're going to save it. We're going to save this. And that's the end of Rook's turn. But before we finish with Rook, we're going to throw our set of throwing knives that he has. Why not? Just pick them up, throw them at the guy, and do no damage. The 2 damage gets soaked up by his defense. So I didn't do any damage. But we're going to discard this card. Next in line is going to be our Cave Sickles 4 through 6. So let's check out what he does. Well, if we look at our card here, it's going to say, is there an opponent adjacent? No. Is there an opponent within range 4? Yes, there is. Make a range 4 attack. Then move to be adjacent to the opponent with the most damage within movement range. Then make an melee attack, follow up, inflict poison force 9. All right, so basically what's going to happen, this guy is going to shoot at one of these 2 guys, and then he's going to run up and attack one. Now, the interesting thing is Remy is the most damaged, but he can't move through us to get to Remy. So if we look at our order of cards, it's going to go Remy, then Zeke. So his attack is going to go against Zeke. So our cave sickle gets to roll 2 white dice because there's no other people helping his hive mind. Now, I could choose to dodge with Zeke. He has 2 different ways to dodge. But Whopper, I believe, is going to be attacking him twice. So I want to save all that dodging for when he does it. So instead, oh, we got a 5. Look at that. So I need to dodge. Everything's perfect. Our cave sickle missed. Now our cave sickle is going to run up 1, 2, 3 and attack Zeke from right there. Now again, I could probably dodge and counterattack this guy and probably do some real damage to him. But I'm not going to. I want to save all that dodging for when Whopper attacks. Oh no, I probably shouldn't have. Look at that. Oh, this is going to be terrible. All right, so we got hit for 13. So Zeke got hit for 13. Zeke should have dodged. So right now, our cave sickle is 4 over his defense at a defense of 9. But I do get +1 defense from my defensive core. So we have a 10 defense, so we only are going to take 3 damage from going over our defense. But for each one of these shields, we're taking another defense. So that's 7 damage that he's taken in 1 round. So we're going to put a health chip right here on Zeke's number 7. Oh man, that's a lot of damage. And to top it off, if we continue reading, it says follow-up inflict poison force 9. So I have to make a conviction check with only 2 purple dice. Oh, we got a 13. That's awesome. Zeke totally passed our, the inflict poison force 9 test. Oh, thank goodness, because that was a monstrous hit. Next in line is Nightingale. She's got 3 stamina. She's going to use 1 of it to move. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down to stand next to the boys. And she's going to go ahead and use her magic staff. And she's going to use her exhaust ability to spend 1 stamina point to cast a spell 6, roll a black die, and deal your target 1 magic damage per book rolled. So my magic staff is going to give me a casting upgrade die of white. So I'm going to roll my white die and we're going to see how this goes. Oh, I only got a 3. Plus I get to add my spell of 6. So we're at 9. Whopper down here has a casting conviction thing of 2 purple. Hopefully he gets less than a 9. Oh, he got an 8. So we got him. Oh, that's awesome. So we get to do damage equal to our black die. We need books. I want to see all books on this thing. Let's go. Come on, books. Oh, I got 1. Well, 1's better than nothing. So we're going to do 1 more damage to him. So I'm going to remove 1. We're going to go, there we go. We're up to 28 now. So we did 1 damage with that. I'm going to exhaust this card. Now, Nightingale has 3 things she's going to do. The first one is she's going to throw a throwing knife. So we're going to take 1 of our purple die and just do some damage. Oh, we got a 6. So we did 4 damage. So that's 4 more damage done to Whopper, and we're going to discard our throwing knife. But she picked up another one from that chest, so she's going to throw it again. Now, the way the throwing knives work is they have to be within sphere of influence, but that's all you need. So the Whopper is within sphere of influence. So we're going to go ahead and roll another one. Oh, we got a 1. We didn't do anything. All right, but that's okay. We did a little bit of damage. So we're going to discard both of our throwing knives, and we're going to go ahead and unexhaust or put this back on her character card. The last thing we're going to do is we are going to use this Vitality Juice Box on Zeke. He's going to go ahead and heal 3 damage. So healing Zeke is going to bring him up to 4 damage. One last trick that Nightingale has up her sleeve is she is going to use her ambitious power here. All other allies gain 1 stamina point and Nightingale gains 2 stamina points. So Remy, Zeke, Rook are all going to gain 1 and Nightingale is going to gain 2 stamina points. And now she's done, and now look whose turn it is going to be, Whopper. So let's look at Whopper's card. Now first, of course, he has his rally power. That's not going to come into effect because our cave sickle is not only adjacent to somebody, it's also adjacent to Whopper. All right, now it says, is there an opponent adjacent? Yes. And it says make a separate melee attack against each adjacent opponent. Then move to be at up to range 6 from adjacent opponents. Then make a range 6 attack against the farthest opponent. Follow up, inflict wilt and paralyze. Force 10. Oh boy, I have a feeling that might actually, I don't know. Okay, we'll figure out how we're going to do this. I may move this guy incorrectly, and if I do, I apologize. And please let me know in the comments below what you think he would have done. But I think I got a plan as to how I think he would act. But first off, we're going to make our attacks against Zeke and Rook. So our first attack is going to be against Zeke because his card is closer to the beginning of the initiative track. And Zeke is going to use his occult t-shirt and he's going to exhaust it to dodge. He's going to roll 1 die and see what happens. He gained 4 books. Well, that's 2 defense according to his anticipated attack card. Now, I could re-roll this if I want, but you know what? I'm going to be okay with 2. 2 is going to be okay. Now, Whopper up here, we have to know, has 32 damage already done to him. We're doing a really good job against him. So now we have 2 defense. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 stamina tokens right here to represent our 2 defense because I have to roll this die. Look, he gets to roll it. All right, so we're going to see what he does, the melee attack against him. He got a 12. I think that's going to be not enough to hit him. Maybe it is. Let's see. Oh, I think it is going to be enough to hit him. Oh, that's just terrible. All right, so let's go see what happens to Zeke. So Whopper rolled a 12, which is going to be absolutely terrible because I only have 2 extra defense. I'm just using these as defense tokens, I guess. That's what I'm going to use them for. Now, if we look at what he has a 9 defense, plus he gets +1 from his defensive core, bringing it to a 10. I don't have any other way to help his dodge or defense or anything, so he has a 12 defense. So it did hit. And now we have to figure out how much damage it does. It does +1 physical damage for each shield it has, and it also gets +2 for each star. Well, thank goodness there's no stars, but it got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, Zeke took 5 damage. That's a lot. Well, good thing I healed Zeke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, he's at 9. He's almost dead. Zeke only has 14 hit points. So Whopper's second attack is going to go against Rook, and he's going to go ahead and use his too many belts. I can exhaust it to dodge, and we're going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and roll my dodge die. Hopefully we do some better than oh, we only got 1. That's no good. All right, so I'm going to put 1 stamina token up here to remind myself that I have 1 defense. Now we're going to go ahead and roll Whopper's dice here. Oh, he's got a whopper of a dice. Oh, he only got a 7. He missed. He missed completely. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, so he missed fighting against Rook. Now Rook gets to counterattack because he's got so many things that can make him counter. He's got this right here, his medium shield. He's going to go ahead and exhaust that to counter. And he's going to roll up his Morning Star here. And what does he get? 2 white dice. Oh, this is going to be great. All right, we're going to re-roll these. We're going to roll 2 white dice. And I've got a stamina point. I could choose to empower this if I want, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save it in case I have to dodge later. So we're going to go ahead and roll. Hopefully he does good. He got a 10. Yes, that's enough to hit. Oh, he's going to do really good here. So he got a 10. That's 2 over Whopper's defense. You know what I'm going to do? This is the time for this. I'm going to use my Forebode card. Let's just pour on the damage. I'm going to go ahead and exhaust it to re-roll. I believe it's any dice I want, right? You may re-roll any dice. So I'm going to go ahead and re-roll this white die right here. Hopefully it gets to be something bigger. Oh, it got worse. I got too greedy. So I only go up by 1 defense, or I'm only above his defense by 1. I get the 2 extra damage from the 2 shields. So we're at 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to take the damage. So I get 4 damage against him. Oh, wait. I can exhaust. When countering, you may re-roll any of your dice. Oh, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to re-roll that. I'm going to exhaust that to re-roll this. Okay, well, 11. That's better than what I had before. That's actually way better. Okay. Now let's figure it out. 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm 3 over. 4, 3 over. Plus I get the extra stars, 4. And then those 2 are going to turn into 2. So we have 6 damage. So now we have to subtract the 2 from his armor. So we did 4. 4 is better. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this 1 and replace it with a 5. So he's up to 36 damage against him. That's pretty good. That wasn't a bad counterattack. I'll go ahead and take that. Now, if we look at his card, it's going to say then move to be at up to range 6 from adjacent opponents. So he's going to have to go this way. And I believe he'd go 1, 2, 3, 4 over to here because he could still make the attack. If he went down here, which would be farther from them, he can't actually make an attack because he's going to be blocked by this red here. So I believe he would go here and make a ranged attack, and I believe it's going to be against Zeke. It says, be up to range 6 from the adjacent opponent, then make a range 6 attack against the farthest opponent. Follow-up, inflict, wilt, and paralyze. Well, the farthest opponents are both Zeke and Rook, 1, 2, 3 squares away. And Zeke's higher up on the track than Rook is. So I believe Zeke is the one that's going to be attacked by Whopper, and he's going to be able to roll all his dice. We'll see how this goes. Before Whopper attacks, I am going to go ahead and use my defensive core, which allows him to dodge. I need to dodge something. Oh, I got 4 books. That's that 2 again. Well, it didn't do too good for me last time. I'm going to re-roll this with Zeke's power that states once per turn, Zeke may re-roll his dodge roll. We're going to go ahead and re-roll the dodge roll into... Okay, I got 3 defense because of my 2 books, thanks to anticipated attack. So now I'm going to grab those 3 stamina tokens, just place them here. They're not stamina tokens. They're just to remind me that I have 3 defense. Now we're going to go ahead and roll and see how Whopper does. Oh, and Whopper got a 10, which is not going to be enough because of my 3 extra defense. So he missed Zeke, which was fantastic, because otherwise Zeke would have to take a whole ton of conviction checks. So after completing Whopper's turn, we're going to be moving into the next round. So again, I'm going to scoop up all these stamina tokens and put them back on the character cards so we can reshuffle up our initiative deck. It's great that all these guys have stamina points thanks to Nightingale's power. So with the stamina points put back on their cards, we're going to go ahead and take all our initiative cards and do another big old truffle shuffle here. And let's see what we can find. Come on, truffle shuffle. Let's get some good cards. I don't need Whopper to be going first. That's going to be bad news. Zeke's first. Oh, that's going to be good. Then Nightingale, that'll work. Then our Cave Sickle, I'm totally fine with that. Oh, look at this. Oh, yes. Whopper goes last again. Oh, wow. This is going to be fantastic. All right. Again, because Whopper's last, I think I'm really going to try to take him out. So we're going to start with Zeke, and he's going to gain 4 stamina points. 1 from before and 3 for each turn you gain 3 stamina points. He's going to start by using 1 stamina point to move, and we're going to do our big trick again where I try to move and get this guy to attack me, and I'm going to counterattack him. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and use my Vitality Juice Box. It says discard you or an adjacent ally heals 3. Well, guess who needs it? He does. He's down to 9. So we're going to go ahead and move his counter back up to 6. So healing 3 damage brings him back up to 6. Now he's going to move 1 right here, which will cause a break attack, which means he is going to attack Zeke. So we're going to go ahead and make an attack with our Cave Sickle. He's going to only be able to roll 2 white dice because there's no hive mind. I have all these tokens up here because I don't want to forget how much I've done to Whopper. So we're going to go ahead and use our Cult T-shirt before he makes his attack. And we're going to roll our dodge die and see how it goes. Oh, we got 3 shields. That's going to be awesome. I don't think this guy's got a prayer. Come on, bring it on. No, he didn't. He missed. He got a 10. Our base defense is a 10. Plus I get my 3 from my dodge. It's a 13. So he missed. So we get to go ahead and do a counterattack. So we're going to go ahead and grab our magic swords. I think I'm going to start calling our magic swords Blend and Her. And we're going to, together they cause blender action. We're going to go ahead and roll our 2 orange die to counterattack against this Cave Sickle. And we got a 9. Oh, that's not going to be enough to kill him. But I do have the ability right here on our magic sword. Exhaust. Reroll 1 of your combat dice. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to exhaust this card to re-roll this 3 because I don't like it. We're going to hopefully get something better. Oh, we got a 6. We got a 12. I think that's going to do it. So with a 12, we're going to be over the 8 by 4. And we're also going to be able to do the +2 damage from our 2 shields, bringing it to 6. And we also get the finesse, which gives, the combo sword, your attacks gain +1 physical damage. So we've done enough to take out this Cave Sickle just by walking past him. Those counterattacks are absolutely monstrous. So using our pair of magic swords, Blend Her, we're going to be able to take out this Cave Sickle. And that also means that we have eliminated yet another swarm. So we're going to gain our loot card, and it's 6. 6 gold for Zeke. Now Zeke can continue moving. He's moved 1, 2, 3, 4, I think is where you go. 4, 5, 6. I can move him right here. This is going to be a good one. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to right here. And we're going to go ahead and make an attack with our 2 stamina points against Whopper. So Whopper is going to go ahead and get attacked by our magic swords. I've got 2 orange dice. Now I have 1 stamina point left. So I actually am going to use that last stamina point I have to empower this attack, meaning I'm going to go ahead and grab a black die. Now, if I roll a skull during my empowering attack, I'm going to miss, and that's going to be bad news. So let's see how we do here. Oh, we got 4. Oh my goodness, look at this. We got 15, and we got 4 shields. That's going to be so good. Oh, Whopper. Wow, Whopper got whopped really good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do some major damage to Whopper. So let's see what we can do here. We're going to go ahead and look at our dice, and we're going to compare them to all the things that we got going on. So we have gone 7 above his defense, which is just phenomenal. So we've done 7 damage, plus we get 2 for every 2 shields. So 7, we got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Plus we get one more, 14 for the sword, for the star, and we get +1 physical damage for our combo here, bringing our total to 15. 15 damage to this guy. Now he gets to subtract 2, meaning he's going to take 13 damage. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 13 damage for this guy. So we're going to put another 13 up here. Let's see what he's at right now. Now, I hope I did my math right. If I did my math wrong, I apologize. Let's see, we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 40, I think it's 49 damage. Well, I only need to do one more damage. That's going to be awesome. Let's see if there's any way I can do one more damage. Nope, there's no way I can do one more damage, but I've got other characters that can do one more damage. So Zeke is gone, and he absolutely did fantastic. Now that Zeke has finished, we're going to move into Nightingale. Now, one thing I have to do is I have to remove my Cave Sickle card. I forgot to do that again. We're going to slide our guys over so we've got everybody in the right order here. Poor Whopper, he's going last. He only has 1 hit point left. I don't think he's going to make it. Now we're going to go ahead and do Nightingale next. Nightingale's carrying over some stamina from her previous turn, and so is Rook and Remy. I'm just going to go ahead and put that on. Now the max you can have is 5. So normally we would be gaining 3 stamina each turn, but since she already has 3, we're only going to get 5. Only. I said it like this, all we're going to get. All right, we're going to use 1 of our stamina to move. Nightingale is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to right there. I think I'm going to move her back 1, 5 to right there, maybe over here 6. I got a plan. We're going to move her right there to 6 squares away. That's going to be awesome. Now, one thing I could do is I could use a stamina point to pick up the blue loot token, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let everyone find out that information on their own. I don't want to spoil absolutely everything, but what we are going to do is we're going to use our magic staff to try to hit Whopper. So I'm going to go ahead and exhaust our magic staff to cast our spell, and we're going to use a white die to cast our spell. I'm also going to empower this spell. Yes, you can empower spells. Now, when you empower spells, it's different than when you empower a melee or ranged attack, a physical attack. What it means is that every time you get a book symbol, it's going to add to the force of the spell. It's not going to add any damage or anything. It's just going to make it a more powerful spell cast, and it's going to be harder for the conviction to actually stop the spell. So we're going to go ahead and cast our magic spell and see what happens. We got 3 books, plus we got a 4, and our spell starts at a 6. So we're at 10, 11, 12, 13. Now Whopper gets 2 purple conviction dice. Let's see how he does. Hopefully he doesn't stop this. No, he absolutely failed miserably. I did not need to empower the spell. Now, if I would have rolled a skull symbol, what would have happened is similar to what happens during a melee attack. It would have been an auto fail, but also on top of that, I would have taken 3 irreducible damage, meaning I couldn't use my armor or anything to stop the amount of damage coming through. So using an empowering roll on a magic spell can be a little bit more disastrous than using it on a melee attack, though missing with the melee attack could also be very disastrous as well. So we've actually been able, but that's not what happened. We were able to go ahead and hit our wonderful Whopper with our spell. Now we get to do 1 damage for every book I roll. So all I need is 1 book. Oh, I got the skull. I didn't do any damage to him with my spell. That's absolutely hilarious. Now, I did have a comment about asking why people cast spells instead of just hitting people with melee attacks. In our particular builds, we don't really have any good magic spells. When you play through the Mass, the very first part of this game, it's going to make you take a spell called Gore Shot. And I want to explain this spell to help people understand actually that spells are really, really good in this game. What happens is you're again going to cast that spell using your convictions. Let's say I would have rolled that same thing and I would have gotten, I don't know, whatever, enough, and he would have failed his conviction check. Then that means the spell would have gone off. I don't have to roll above a defense. I don't have to roll anything else. All I have to do is beat a conviction roll. And once that happens, this spell fires off, and it does say, if successful, deal 2 magic damage. You may take 1 irreducible damage to deal additional magic damage equal to your highest courier level discipline. Well, this is a level 1 discipline, and you only start out with this when you play the Mass. So I'm not really spoiling anything because you do actually start with this right at the very beginning of the game. So what this does then is 2 damage. Unless you want to take a damage, then it does 3. If you're able to get this spell cast twice onto a Cave Sickle, it will kill the Cave Sickle straight out if you take the irreducible damage. It only costs 1 stamina point. So if you start with 3 stamina points, if you have a Cave Sickle within Sphere of Influence, you could cast the spell 3 times. You can cast as many times as you have stamina points. And with a conviction roll of white, that's going to be a really good way to get rid of some Cave Sickles. Not only that, it will go through armor and armor of 2 here, that means he would have taken 3 damage without being able to reduce it at all. So magic actually is a really powerful tool in this game. I just want to make sure people understand that because we've been using a lot of melee attacks. And the reason I didn't choose this for our playthrough is because you do start with this in the Mast. If you're interested in seeing how this spell works, please check out my other playthroughs of this game. I've done the first 4 adventure mode Mast playthroughs, and I know that playthrough I do have Gore Shot, and it does do some pretty good stuff. So if you want to see it in action, please check those out. And not only that, I've split them up into 2 different episodes. One is the lore episode where it's going to tell you all about what's going on, and you can just skip straight through that and just see the encounter itself. I've recorded them separately, so that I've recorded the narrative and I've also recorded the adventure encounter separately. So if you want to check those out, please feel free to do so. Now, sadly, I don't have Gore Shot, so we don't get to cast it. And sadly, our magic staff did not go off. Thank you for listening to that. I apologize for it being so long, but I just wanted people to understand what spells can actually do. With Nightingale completing her turn, since she doesn't have any way to actually attack it from where she is, and she only could cast that spell once by exhausting it, we're going to move to Remy. Remy's going to gain 3 stamina points, and she's going to go ahead and make some attacks against Whopper. The first thing Remy's going to do is use Like the Shadows. Move up to 2 spaces. This movement does not provoke break attacks. I'm going to exhaust that to use this. I'm going to move 1. I think I'm just going to move to there. I think that'll be good enough. 1, 2. Oh no, I'm going to have to still shoot through Rook. All right, we're going to be okay. I'm going to shoot from there. I believe I'm going to be going through Rook Square. Let me just check. If I go from the center of this one to the center of that one, yeah, I'm going to be going through Rook Square, but that's okay. I can still fire through my allies, but it gains +1 defense. Now, Like a Shadow was not considered a move action, and I've still got 4 stamina, so I'm actually going to make a couple attacks against Whopper and hopefully take him out. So Nightingale is going to use her longbow, and she's also going to go ahead and use her precise strike. Now, I'm not going to empower this attack. The reason I'm not going to empower this attack is because I just need to do 1 damage. I would hate to roll the skull symbol and miss completely. If I can just get 1 above his defense, I have taken out Whopper. I'm going to be able to gain this +1 attack because I'm not moving this turn. So that's going to nullify shooting through Rook. I'm also going to use my barbed arrows here. It says I can flip this, and when I do, I'm able to add 2 physical damage. Let's read the card completely. Before rolling for an attack, before spending symbols on this attack, the attack would still deal, if the attack would still deal damage, add +2 physical damage. So we're going to go ahead and roll our 2 dice, and now this is going to be before we add any symbols, I'm able to add 2 physical damage. Our first attack is a 10, and that's enough. This is going to be the end of poor old Whopper. So Whopper's going to take 2 above his defense, plus before I do any of the symbols, I'm able to add +2 damage from our arrow. So we're actually at 4 damage, and now I get to add my symbols, which is 2 more. So we're at 6 minus 2. We've done 4. That is enough to take out Whopper because he's already at 49. So we've taken out Whopper. Let's go ahead and read what happens. We're able to go ahead and read Besting the Warrior, which had told us if we were able to defeat Whopper, we're supposed to read this. It says, Whopper lets out a death rattle as it rolls onto its back, legs curling in on itself. You feel a great sense of accomplishment at besting such a foe. Instead of drawing a combatant loot card, gain 1 random mundane unique item, and each adventurer gains 1 XP. Oh, that's really good. All right, so we didn't win by killing Whopper. We still have to set the bug bomb, but we were able to gain a random mundane unique item. So it told us to take 1 random mundane unique item, and they're all right here. Now, I would normally mix these up, and I usually draw from the bottom of these decks, but I'm actually going to take this one, mainly because I don't want to spoil too much more in this game. And if you watch my other playthroughs, somebody may actually pick this up along the way. So, which kind of spoils that a little bit. But I'm only going to take this one because I don't want to spoil any other unique items. I want people to find them out for themselves. So this one is a sentient bodysuit, and it allows us at this status to heal 1. This effect cannot stack. So basically every turn somebody's going to heal, and this does go to Remy, so she's going to go ahead and take this. I hope you don't mind that I don't mix them up. I just want to make sure I'm not spoiling a lot of the game. I know I'm already doing this whole scenario, but hopefully people get a chance to see a lot of this stuff on their own. Now with Remy done, that means we're going to be moving into Rook's turn. I'm going to be removing Whopper's initiative card from the track. Now I have a big problem here. Nothing has activated this turn, so we're actually not going to be able to go without taking an urgency token. So I'm actually going to take an urgency token right now. I'm going to give some stamina points to Rook. I'm going to give him 3, but I'm only going to use 1 to move. and I actually really don't know where I'm going to move, but we're going to move on up. So we're also going to remove the standee of Whopper. I forgot to do that. Rook's going to just kind of move 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, right there. I don't really know where we're going to go. I just know I have to get down here to plant the bug bomb, and sadly only Remy can do it because she has the bug bomb. And so I need to wait till next turn before I can let her move down here to plant it. So now that everybody has taken their turn, I again am going to remove these and put them back on their cards so we can shuffle up our initiative track and figure out who's going to go. I'm going to put our urgency token right there. Hopefully Remy goes. I need Remy to go first. That'd be our best plan. But we're going to give these a truffle shuffle and we're going to see what happens here. So our first character is going to be Nightingale. That's no good. Oh, good. Remy's going at least second. So Nightingale's going to have to hang out, I guess. And we've got Rook, and then we've also got Zeke. So that's our 4 guys. We're going to go ahead and put these back on our characters. Nightingale had 3, Remy had 2, and Rook had 2. And now we're going to move on to Nightingale's turn, who's going to gain 2 stamina points, and I think she might just hang out. She could grab the blue loot token, but again, I'm going to leave that for you guys to discover. I don't need to pick up any more loot. We took out Whopper. I don't think there's going to be much more we're going to have to do. So she's going to just hold all her stamina points, which means she's really not going to be doing too much, which is too bad. But that's where we're going to stand. So now we're going to move into Remy's turn, but first I have to take, well, it's not going to matter. I have to put a stamina point on Rook's card. I had them mixed up. Nightingale was supposed to have 2, Remy was supposed to have 2, and Rook's supposed to have 3. She would have still gained 3 stamina points, and she's still going to hang out. Now Remy's going to gain 3 stamina points, and you bet it, she's going to go ahead and figure out what to do about this bug bomb. So she's going to go ahead and use one of her stamina points. I'm just going to put 4 on there. She has 5. We're going to use one right now to go ahead and try to plant that bug bomb. So she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down to here, and she's going to go ahead and activate this marker by using another stamina token. So it says right here, the blue objective. While adjacent to this space, the adventurer with the bug bomb token may make an encounter action to read the following hidden text. And because I have such old eyes, I've got to go ahead and zoom in really far. It says, the bomb is set. Remove the bug bomb token from your card. Then place the blue exit token on any space on the south side of the tile UM1. At the end of the next round and each round following, add 1 time token to the back of the initiative track. When the 5th time token is added, the party is defeated. After reading this, read the hidden text for the green objective. So let's go ahead and take care of all of this. So the first thing it tells me to is to read the green objective marker. So we're going to go ahead and see what it says. It says, the bomb emits a periodic high-pitched beep. In the distance, you hear more cave sickles. Spawn 6 cave sickles on or adjacent to the objective on any unoccupied space. Then discard the objective. Add the following text to the end of all cave sickle cards. Otherwise, move closer to the nearest opponent. I apologize for the glare. I know you kind of can't see that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and spawn some cave sickles. I'm going to spawn 6. All 6 of them are going to appear because there are none on the board right now. We've managed to kill them all. So we're going to spawn all 6 of these cave sickles. I'm just going to put them all around this objective token, just like this. And I put the 3 in front are going to be part of Swarm 1, and the 3 in back are going to be part of Swarm 2. Now with those taken care of, we're going to add them to our initiative track. So to find out where they go in the initiative track, I'm going to roll my die. The first one is going to go 4 books. It's going to go right next to Remy here. So it's going to be the next one. That's going to be cave sickles 1 through 3. They're going to go right after Remy here. And then the next one is going to go 4 books again. Wow, right after Remy. So we're going to move these guys down a little bit. And we're going to add our cave sickles to this little extravaganza here. So our 4 through 6 cave sickles are actually going to go before our 1 through 3 cave sickles. So let's see what they do. Our cave sickles are going to say, is there an opponent adjacent? No. Opponent in range 4? Or can it move and attack an opponent in range 4? No. So it's going to go ahead and otherwise move 6 squares to the closest opponent. Now before we move our cave sickles, I'm going to go ahead and put down our blue exit token on any square of the south area down here. I don't see why I don't put it here because it's the closest to my guys. That makes the most sense. Now it also told us to grab some time tokens, and that's these right here. These are time tokens. So at the end of this round, I'm going to have to place this down next to our time track or initiative track over here. And that's going to signify that our bomb is getting ready to blow up. Now with our exit placed, let's go ahead and take a look at our cave sickles. Now it's a cave sickle party up here. I am supposed to remove this. The instructions were to remove the green objective token, so I'm going to get rid of that. And now we're going to go ahead and look at our cave sickles. It's going to be pretty apparent what they're going to do. Is there an opponent adjacent? No. Opponent within range 4? No. Can it move and attack opponent within range 4? No. Now it did say there was another step that would say if that none of those mattered, these are going to move 6 squares towards the closest opponent. So we're going to go ahead and move these cave sickles. Now, according to our card, the blue one will move first, then the green, then the pink. So our blue is going to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. Then we're going to move our green one. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. And then our pink one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. All right, then we're going to move our cave sickles 1 through 3, red, purple, and yellow. Our red one is going to move, let's see here, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't see why it doesn't do that. Then our purple one's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess right there. And our yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. That's pretty good. We're going to go with that. Give or take a space. I think we're doing okay with where our cave sickles are. All right, now we're going to move on to Rook's turn. Rook's going to grab 2 stamina tokens. The max he can have is 5, and he's going to use 1 to move. So we need to get to this blue exit. Rook is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, right up there. Now he could get the blue treasure chest if I want to use a stamina point, but I'm going to let everyone who plays this figure out what's there on their own. I also need to remove this blue objective marker, and I also have to discard our bug bomb as well since we planted it. Now we're going to be moving into Zeke's turn because Rook is going to finish right there. I've got a plan, and I hope it'll work. Zeke's going to be able to grab 3 stamina tokens, and he's going to use one of his, actually he's going to use all of them. I'm just going to use all my stamina tokens to move. That's my plan. Zeke is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's going to jump this pit. 5, 6, 7. And yes, you can move diagonal while attempting to jump or kind of move in an awkward fashion. That's totally fine. You don't have to go straight across a pit. So we're going to move there. So sorry, it was going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9 to get to this exit. That's my plan, but we have to make a jump across this pit, and if we fail, poor old Zeke is going to go into the abyss. Yep, you guessed it. He's going to go into the abyss. Maybe I should have said abyss. All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump. Now to jump, we have to go ahead and roll 2 purple dice, and we have to look at Zeke's agility. It's 4. We're going to be able to add 4 to this roll, and we're also going to be able to add Rook's strength, which is 6. So we're going to add 10 to this roll, and we're making a jump of 10, 11, 12 to get to here. So I don't think there's going to be much chance of failing this, but you never know. So we're going to roll our dice. And I got a 6, so that one kind of scared me for a second. So we made the jump, and Rook apparently wants to do the fall down dance. And we're going to go ahead and continue moving down into the blue exit. And that is going to be the end of this scenario. Let's go ahead and read what it says. So it says down here, win condition. An adventurer finds and ends their turn on the blue exit. We're going to be able to take a reward and continue to Cavern Fumigation conclusion on page 4. Now, just like other playthroughs I do, when I do come to the end of kind of an area, I don't like to give this away. I know I'm kind of killing a lot of people out there because they just kind of want to know what happens. But I'm going to leave that up to you. When you play this game, you'll be able to find out what your reward is. And if you don't play the game, well, I guess this will always remain a mystery. And of course, in the book it said, did you plant the bug bomb and escape the fumes? Yes, I did. I'm not going to read this. I'm going to let you guys figure it out on your own when you play. But I do want to show you some of this stuff down here. It does say, if you wish to continue to play through another scenario with the same party, record the gold, XP, items, disciplines each adventurer has, then continue to rank 2 scenario. Otherwise, choose another scenario to play. And there's many scenarios in this book, so you can choose which ones you want to play through. This crawl mode book has a total of 5 scenarios, so that's just one of the scenarios, and I only went through one of the exits. There could be a totally different thing that happens if you go through the other exit. So I just want to let you know there's a lot of replay value inside this crawl mode book alone, not to mention the story mode itself. And if you're interested in seeing that, please go ahead and check that out on my channel. I did the first 4 encounters in the adventure book. So if you're interested in how that works, please go check it out. So we've made it through the crawl mode. We made it through Cavern Fumigations. We used Zeke, Rook, Nightingale, and Remy. Those are the 4 starting characters you're going to get in this game. If you ever get any other characters in any other way, you could play them through this crawl mode. It doesn't matter who you play with. That's one of the beauties of the crawl mode. You can bring anybody you want through the crawl mode with anything you want equipped based on some limitations on the scenario. Now, like I said, there's 5 scenarios in the crawl mode, and they do rev up in difficulty. There's nothing more I can say about Middara. Middara is truly an exceptional masterpiece of a game, and I really hope that everybody has a chance to play this game at some point. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the playthrough. This has been an absolute blast. I enjoy this game so much. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit the like button and hit the bell symbol. You'll know when our next video series comes out. Also, feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I'd love to hear from everyone. This has been an amazing experience playing through this crawl mode with everyone. Your comments about the game were absolutely fantastic to read. They were really, truly enjoyable. Please let me know if there's anything else you would like to know about Middara. With that, thank you again so much for watching, and if you're interested in what is coming next, then I need you to meet me at the table.